Actually have one from Gold. This is just the fancier one. It has some elements that of which we had transported all the way from Draj itself. Now it took quite a bit of doing to do so, but this one over here is going to cost you 5 ceramics.
So we don't have anything specifically from Gulg here.
Well, we certainly have some feathers, and we can get more imported in from Gulgs, and we can make something custom if that's something that you're interested in, my friend.
How long would it take for that?
Well, the import of such things is going to be dependent on whether or not a caravan comes on in within the appropriate time frame. And I'm not the one who's in control of the particular caravans that of which come on by. Lord help me. But I tell you right now that if I did have the feathers, then we could probably make you something of rather nice quality within 2 weeks. But like I said, we're going to need those imports coming on in. Now, depending on how nice you have, the longer it's going to take, honey.
He nods a couple times and then says, I'll be back when you have something from Gold, but for now I'll take one of the nicer ones that you have.
Alright then, listen, as a man of discerning taste, I certainly can appreciate that. Now, this is going to be quite a roomy fit for you, but I think you're going to enjoy it quite a lot.
Would you be able to, for maybe half a ceramic piece extra, cut it in half and then sew one of the ends so I could have 2? For some my size.
I'm willing to do that sort of work. Now, tailor work's not something that we particularly specialize in, but it's something that we'd be willing to do in a very thorough capacity. But we're going to have to ask for 8 bits.
7.
Honey, I didn't ask you.
He nods a couple times and then says, fine.
Alright then, thank you very much, good sir. I certainly appreciate every one of y'all's business. Is that
so that's
I'll just buy a normal one.
8?
So 5 ceramics and then 8 bits.
Okay, got it. I just want to make sure I had the math right for it.
Was the normal bedroll 1 ceramic piece?
The normal is 1 ceramic, yes.
Okay.
So yeah, and then also the 1 ceramic piece for the tent from each of us, and then another
Yes.
one later.
Yep, deducted that already.
Right.
And
How much for each of us for the tent?
1 ceramic piece.
one
One?
for now, and 1 more later from each.
So I'll just take 2 out.
Okay.
Big spender.
High roller.
Yeah. Now, glancing around, does it look like mostly like is it just general adventuring equipment? Like, do they have the one thing that I really, really want, which is rope?
Yes, they do have rope.
You and your fucking rope.
Hey, I've neglected rope so many times,
and so often it's like,
killed
wouldn't it
the
be
party.
great if we could tie off a? Oh,
It's
fuck.
like every time. Oh man, it would be cool if we could have a knot of something. Miss Karina.
Yes, darling. What
I
is
wasn't
it?
actually insulting you. I just had to have the Boondock Saints reference, really.
All right. Could I perhaps purchase some rope as well?
Why,
please?
of course you could. Now, is there any certain type of material that of which you're interested in? Well, I tell you what. Do you want a sturdy rope? Do you want a pretty rope? Do you want something that of which will last for a long time? Do you want something that of which can carry a heavy weight? Do you want something that of which is going to survive the elements? What is it that you're looking for, my dear? The standard, of course, honey. Well, I'll be sure to take real good care of you.
Thank you, Miss Karina.
Yeah, and she goes ahead and she fetches you. Let's see how much rope she gets you. How does 50 feet sound?
Perfect. Yes, exactly what I was looking for.
All right. Well, this one's gonna survive the elements. Now you can't carry too much weight on it, but it's a sufficient amount. And she says, for 1 ceramic, I can give you 50 feet of this. Now, if you want more, you go ahead and ask. If you want something that's going to be able to carry a little bit more, something that's made of something like giant's hair, things of that nature, that's going to cost you a little bit more, of course, but of which is, has its increased utility, as they say.
This should be sufficient for now. Thank you. And could I also get a pack to wear on my back of some sort?
Why, of course you could. And I will say, if you guys buy a backpack, then you can decrease your load by 1/3.
I have a backpack.
Then
Boom.
you can decrease your carrying. You basically get, increase in your carrying capacity.
So, like my scribe's pack, does that count as a backpack?
Shit, no. That's a
So I feel like her adventurer's pack also doesn't count as a backpack then?
no, because yours is a nerd pack that of which you carry on the side. It's a man purse.
Hey
that
man,
you
I
have
was
your-
wearing a scribe's pack before it was cool.
Yeah, I'm sure you were. All right, and
It's,
it had all your Apple products in it. But
It cuts the weight of your quills by 1/3.
right. But no, yeah. So Scribe's Pack is just for like it. A Scribe's Pack is something that you need to carry things like ink and stuff safely. Right, that's the benefit of a Scribe's
And
Pack.
coincidentally later probably poisons. But yes.
Yes, and probably poisons.
Spoiler alert.
But like an Adventurer's Pack, like if you carried it, there's a real possibility that your ink just fucking breaks and spills everywhere. Right.
And then our tent is pitch black, so you know, it could be worse.
I mean.
So for the backpack and the rope, what's that looking?
So the rope is 1 ceramic
Piece or bit?
piece.
Okay.
And the backpack is 2.
Perfect. Okay.
So you said it increases our maximum weight by 1/3?
Yes.
I think I'll do that too.
All right. 2 ceramics. 2 ceramic pieces. 2 pieces.
See, this is what you got to do in these games. You got to find the first person you meet, build up a rapport, and never go elsewhere.
Exactly.
It's called
That's
loyalty.
how all of these games work.
It's brand loyalty right there.
I respect it. Now, is there anything else that y'all are looking for?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Thank you, Miss Karina. We'll be back in 2 weeks' time.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing you. And she goes ahead and pinches your cheek and kind of smudges it a little bit.
Aww.
Now, I look forward to seeing all y'all. Now, get on out of here. Stop distracting me. I gotta go see other customers. I'm too busy spoiling on you.
Tastic waves as he walks away.
Bye, Miss Karina.
She waves, smiling, before turning and starts shouting at her workers.
Subordinates.
Yes.
Now, I could also use, I also need some new weaponry.
Some hitting devices.
Perhaps Shrasa, I don't know if you require any
Yeah.
as well.
Yes, please.
If you're going to be purchasing new hitting devices, can I have mine back?
Yes, you can. Put my hand back here.
I also hand back your the
Short sword.
bony short sword.
You can keep that. I actually don't want that, but thank you.
I will keep it.
Would I find shields at the armory
You can sell it,
or
probably.
at the weapons store?
You'd probably find them at the armory.
Okay.
If you're looking for like a turtle shield or something, that's something that you would find at the weapons store. But if you're looking for like a legit, like straight up shield, that's
Yeah.
more
Tortoise
likely
blade
to-
is what you meant.
Yeah. Since it's not dual purpose, I'm just gonna go with the straight up shield.
Okay.
So, can we do like a walk-in tour? Cause like I'm seeing a bunch of things that are about weapons and blades and skewers, and also school. And
Sure.
And also school.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm like
So
I
I
feel
know which
like
one
I
you're
feel
most
like I want to go
into.
to feel like I want to go to that school.
Yeah.
Learn.
Yeah, well, you go by the school, and that's where you actually saw the dwarf sitting in front of the cactus. You've heard it referred to as a school, but it looks really run down and beat out, and there's nobody there. It seems
Looks
to be
like some
largely
piece of shit
abandoned.
looking at a plan. Yeah. All right. Fuck it then.
Exactly.
He's learning a lot about that plant
Yeah.
internally.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sweet.
I'm gonna stay here
Not going to this area.
since I don't really have any weapons to buy. And I'll
Very
meet
good.
back up with you guys at the Porter's Reason later.
Okay.
Clap him hard on the shoulder. Very good.
So, let's see here. So I will say, let's see, where are you? So you're near the Chitinier's Armory, I guess, is something you can see kind of across the way. Looking at the Chitinier's Armory, you can see that It's a rather nice looking shop, that of which it's similar to most of the other city places. You can see that there's a simple sort of layout to it, but the bricks themselves have this sort of scaled like curves sort of etched into it to where it looks like it's almost wearing like scale mail, right? That are into the clay itself, and sitting on top of it is a giant exoskeleton of a kank. So it's about half the size of a full-grown one. That's just sitting on top of the actual building itself. Let's see here. Looking around, you see the friend in hand weaponry, and that's a little bit more of a sparse building. It's medium in size, and it has a large open hand painted on the side of the building. And that's what you can kind of see from there. On the inside, you can see that there's a window hanging from it, and you can see that, you know, in the back you can see that there's some stuff on the wall, some weapons of some fashion, but you can't quite tell too much by just looking at the outside of it. If you guys are continuing to wander around, you can see the Bastard Blade, which is a shop with a ceramic black sword hanging from the roof. And a piece of cloth sort of waving from it, that of which, for those of you who can read, says "Welcome, bastards." And so it's it looks a little bit more sort of rough and tumble. Nashy's Skewers. This shop is sort of covered in this cloth, that of which sort of flutters a little bit, but it's nailed down with these spikes around the sides of it. And you can see that it's a kind of open mark. There's actually like tables positioned outside of it, that of which have like weapons poured onto it. It looks like, imagine like a garage sale for weapons, right?
This is the place.
Yeah, that's y'all's place.
Found it. Yeah.
We can start there.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, since it's like a yard sale, I'm gonna browse. I'm gonna get ready to haggle.
Yeah. So as you're sort of looking around, there's are you all going with him to sort of peruse?
I'll go with.
Mike?
Let's do it.
Sorry, what?
Alright. Whenever you snap to, you see that your group is wandering towards the very fine Nashy Skewers.
Oh, I totally thought I said something in my head. While they're walking that way, Tastic is gonna take a quick look around, and he's gonna spot the armory, and he's gonna shout out, "I'm going over there," and he's gonna quickly run towards that direction, excited that he finally found one.
Fantastic.
And he was never seen again.
Yeah. He just kept running.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's like he DC'd, and so
he's just running into a wall.
He's just against the wall. Alright, so then you see, like, while you guys are sort of wandering around, Quixote kind of stops and just finds himself staring at a cactus as well.
Yeah.
That seems suspicious.
And he's like, I'm getting somewhere. I'm almost there.
He's chilling with the dwarf. He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah. What's he saying today? You know.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys are kind of show up, start perusing, whenever this mole woman, who's just a mountain of a woman, just sort of approaches you. She's wearing this leather vest, that of which you can see that she's got these elaborate tattoos across her chest, up her neck, and over her face. She's obviously completely bald. Along her arms, there are these deep scars, that of which are almost like hash marks along her arm. And she walks up to you with this sort of stern look as she approaches you. And then she kind of furrows her brow and looks at you, and she says, "What do you want?"
So, excuse me. Companions and I are looking for some weaponry.
You're looking to buy? Oh, well, we've got all kinds of things here. Come on, let me show you. Come here. All right, what are you looking for? I mean, you're kind of you're kind of small for a mole, but you're a strong lad all the same. Come on, I'm sure there's something here that you want to buy. Look here. And she starts gesturing over towards the various weapons and stuff.
Fuck, lost it.
Come on, is there something that interests you? Anything? I mean, we got all kinds of weapons here, alright? You wouldn't imagine.
Female Danny DeVito.
She holds up a blade and it breaks, and, not that one. And,
It cannot break. It's broke.
exactly.
Looking around, do they have like a what's it called? Caracal? The one where it's just like jawbones on a stick?
Yeah. Oh, you want one of those? I used to use one of those all the time. I know the best places. Hold on, let me find one. And she like goes into this pile and starts rummaging through it. It's more or less like a miracle she doesn't cut herself while she does so. And finally she pulls out these pair of jawbones. She goes, I got one right here. Is this what you're looking for?
Yeah, that would yes, that would suit me well, I think, as well, also.
Alright, she places it down. Is there anything else you want? Anything at all? Come on, I'm sure there's something that you're looking for.
My companion, she,
Yeah, I need a couple of things. Can I
what
ask
do you
a
need,
technical
honey?
question? Is it possible to carry 2 quarterstaffs at once?
I mean, you have
Because I'm gonna break this shit.
walk
Like,
around like
I know, I'm gonna break this shit. Like, can I like mount them somehow or something, or is that not a thing?
Yeah, I guess you can like Donatello that shit or whatever.
Okay.
oh, fuck yeah.
All right, then I would like 2 quarterstaffs and 2 daggers, preferably all stone if you have it.
A quarterstaff? Come on, I'm sure that you can get something better than that. I mean, come on, look at all these beautifully crafted weapons. It's like a treasure trove, I tell you. Come on, there's gotta be something. How about this one, huh? And she pulls out this sort of hammer that's got a sharp point at the end of it that you guys recognize, a heart's pick. And she starts going through. Come on, anything. I'm sure there's something. She starts like digging through. Stone daggers? I mean, come on. I'm sure we can get you something better than that. All right, you know what? You convinced me. A stone dagger. And she goes ahead and she gets you a pair of stone daggers.
Okay.
And she sticks them onto the table.
Okay. And wait, so I'm trying to figure out. I'm not proficient with the heart pick thing, right?
No, I think it's strength only.
Yeah, no.
It's a martial weapon, I believe.
Aiming for simple weapons.
Do you tell her this?
Sure. Yeah, I was kind of trying to shoot for simpler weapons. That's kind of my strength.
She goes, oh, well.
Relax.
And she goes, well, I've got a great club if that's something that interests you. You look like a pretty strong lass, huh? And she hits you on the shoulder and you like almost fall over.
That's probably a little bit big for me.
Okay, all right. Listen, I understand that. We've got a quabone if that's something that you'd like. We could get you maybe a javelin, a hand axe, light hammer. We got some very nice maces I'm sure you would enjoy. Even a sickle if you're that sort of thing, a sort of bloody harvest, huh? And she like jabs Faldir in the ribs a little bit.
With the sickle, I assume.
Yeah. You're eviscerated.
With her elbow, but like you feel her and
You
she's
take
like
1d12.
it's like running into a wall. Like she's a big lady.
Do you have any stone sickles?
A stone sickle? I think we might just have one of those for sure. And she goes ahead and she goes into the back, and she kind of, you hear some shouting going on in the back. Where's the stone sickle? I know I put it back here.
She's very organized.
Yeah.
I love it. This is how I live my life.
Yeah. Well, listen, welcome home, I guess.
Yeah.
Is that sort of thing. And you hear a shout back. of someone a bit older. How am I supposed to know where you put these things, alright? I have no idea. You keep asking me where you put this and where you put that. I don't know. I manage the finances. You're useless. Oh, wait, never mind. I found it right here. And she comes on out with a stone sickle. And you see some other people sort of milling around. Hey! You didn't steal anything, did you? They kind of shake their head. And she grabs one of them and whispers something into his ear. You see his face kind of melt into this sort of very uncomfortable expression, and then she
I was
lets him
concerned
go.
for a second there that his face literally
It doesn't
melted.
literally. Yeah, she's very powerful.
She has the Ark of the Covenant. Oh shit!
Yep. And then she places the stone sickle in front of you.
Okay, so how much for the 2 daggers and the stone sickle?
Let's see here. So it'll be, let's see here, and you're looking for stone. So it'll be 2 ceramic pieces for each dagger. And
Are we just going straight off the chart?
Yeah, this is going straight
Okay.
off the chart since
Okay.
since this is
Alright,
the case.
I'll do that for my
For
character. Maybe.
for the sickle, we're looking at it's actually 8 bits.
Okay. Does it look damaged in some way?
It looks used, but it doesn't look like it doesn't work, right?
Okay.
Plenty sharp.
Okay.
It's 45 ceramic pieces for the caracal, right?
Says
Or whatever's. That's what's in the sheet.
for the caracal. Now, I happen to tell you, I have a bit of a connection with the arena. Now, if you don't mind one that's been handled by someone who's surely not as proficient as you are. I mean, they died in the arena. Well, then I can get you one for 40.
That is less. Yes. Good. Yes.
All right.
Very good.
She puts the one that she put on the table. She grabs that one and walks away, and comes back out with another one. She puts it in front of you, and it's just covered in this like brownish red, sort of dried, almost like a painting almost over it.
It's been seasoned.
Yeah, effectively.
Very good. Yes. Thank you.
Think I'm good with these.
And what about you two? Are you two looking to buy something?
No, I'm quite good, thank you. I'm just
Sure. I'm sure a fellow like
browsing.
you could use a little bit of protection, huh? I mean, what if these two aren't around, huh?
Oh, I've got protection.
Oh,
Very nice.
I'm sure you do, but you could always use a little bit more. But I won't push. How about you, fine sir? Is there something you want, huh? I mean,
I think everyone else is gone.
Oh, that's right.
I was about to say, I don't think there's anyone else actually with
No,
us.
I thought
I
Tassus
ran
was
to
there.
the armory.
Yeah, that's right. All right. So yeah,
So I go ahead and pay her. Yeah, it'd be 5 ceramic pieces. Or no, slightly less than that, but
like 4.8.
48 bits.
Yes. All right.
Cool.
So while that's happening, so you head off into the Chitineurs. Is that where you went to, Tasik?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me go ahead and take a look at what can only be described as the greatest of all the places.
It looked like it. I'm excited.
Yeah. So, let me find. Here we go, Chitineurs. So on the inside, as you walk into it, you can see that there are suits of armor that are set up, that are like placed on top of like these clay or like ceramic mannequins. The shop seems organized into various sections, that of which focus on like a particular type of armor, and they seem to be organized particularly even to the point of like color. Seems to be something that of which is splayed out, where the armor seemed to have been dyed in some capacity. And as you sort of look around, sort of near the front, you can see that there's some actual chitin sets of armor that of which they shine like a mirror, right? They're these colors of these dark greens or bluish blacks, these blackish blues, these bright, like almost like sunburnt reds, and the shop itself seems very, very colorful, right? As you enter in. And as this happens, you're kind of looking around for a while. There's not a lot of people here, but you can see that there's a couple who seem to be very well dressed, sort of perusing the area. Whenever an elven woman approaches you, she's very, very slender and very, very well dressed. Right, she's wearing these silken robes that of which are like this white with this black speckles across it. Each one looks like a small almost star. She has these sort of these soft gray eyes with light brown hair that she's cut into sort of like a simple bob with a bun at the top. And you can see that she has a tattoo of a star between her eyes, this sort of grayish star. And she approaches you with a smile, and she goes, "Why, good evening, fine sir. Welcome to the Chitinier's Armory. Is there anything that you're looking for?"
Tasik almost, like, not even intentionally seems to be, like, ignoring her. He's awestruck by looking around, just seeing all the different armors and shields everywhere. Like, this is something he had never seen before.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a couple seconds, he comes to and realizes that she's talking. He's like, "Oh, hi. This place is awesome." And he just
she
seems
smiles,
completely...
and she says, "Well, I'm certainly glad that you think so, good sir. We work very hard here to make sure that we provide the finest quality for all of our customers. Please tell me, is there anything that of which you're particularly interested in this fine day?"
He's like looking around, just trying to take everything in, and then he's seeing all the different armors, and he says, What's good for a halfling? I've never had a set of armor."
She says, "Well, you seem to be a rather strapping lad. Fortunately, while we don't generally cater to halflings, as there's not they're not people that generally tend to come here looking to purchase anything. But we do have dwarves that come by, that of which the smaller end I think would roughly fit you quite well. I guess that depends on what sort of training you have, good sir. What sort of armors are you particularly well trained in?"
I have all the training in armor.
Oh, well. In that case, we do have some very nice armor over here, and she walks you over to this fine shining carapace, that of which it's smaller and it has this sort of deep green. And she says, and it seems to be about your size, and she says, "Well, this is some plate that of which we've had made special, but unfortunately, the person who was interested in purchasing it fell into a bit of rough time as some of his slaves revolted. So, if you're looking to buy something along these lines, we certainly could give you something like this."
He's staring at it. His jaw is just completely like... And he's like, how much?
Let me make sure I get this right.
Because you said it's plate, right?
Yes. She said, "Well, for that, you're going to be looking at somewhere in the area, something as fine of quality as this, being that it is made of chitin and of the finest material, I assure you. You're going to be looking at about 2,000 ceramic pieces."
He pulls out his coin pouch and starts counting, and after he gets to like 10, he realizes that there's not going to be nearly enough. He says, "How much for about this?" And he holds it up, starts rattling it a little bit.
Can I get a rough estimation of how much that is?
Specifically, it's around 152.
She says, "Well, I think I could get you something."
He cuts her off and says, "And a shield."
"And a shield. Well, how fine of a shield are you looking for, my dear?" Never mind. She says, "Let me see here." And she takes you to the back. at this point and kind of thumbs through. There's you can see there's not as much of a variety here. She says, well, for about 100 ceramics, you can buy one of these. And you can see it's this it's effectively it's a chain shirt is what it is. That of which is, you can see it has these exoskeletons of these bugs that are interlocked together. Their mandibles are like clamped together, and they seem, upon closer inspection, to have, through some sort of heating process, fused together. And so it's this shirt of like exoskeleton, that of which you could wear. And I will tell you, it is a chain shirt +1.
And it would be 100 for just the chain shirt +1?
Yes.
Okay. So he does a little bit of math, and it takes him a couple minutes to do it. Obviously a little bit slower.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I can afford this. What about a shield?
Well, she says with a sort of soft smile. We have a final selection of shields here, and she guides you over to another area, and you can see that there these shields, that of which are varying sort of degrees, but she brings you specifically to an area that of which has these sort of shells that of which seem to be made, some of them of some sort of like bug carapace that's been kind of hollowed out in some capacity and cut to where you could be held in a single hand. And she says, we could get you something like this. This is going to cost you roughly around 12 ceramic pieces. If you would like a design or something that of which we would have to do some dyeing on top of it.
He shakes his head, cutting off, says, no design. I like this one. And he goes to the one that she was talking about. It was 12 ceramic pieces, and he goes to like pick it up.
Yeah. Is there anything else that you're interested in?
He shakes his head, and he has this like excited, just like big smile on his face. Like, obviously she could tell that, this is something he's never done before. So.
Okay. Well, if you need anything else, please, don't be afraid to ask. And I'll be sure to help you as much as possible. Now, I'm going to go take care of my other customers.
He waves and starts lugging everything out. He walks to meet up with everyone else.
She kind of bows softly, and turns and heads over to start talking to some of her customers. You guys have hit all the female shop owners as of late.
Nailed it.
So that's very exciting.
Feminism.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's
Check feminism.
That's right. It's very prominent. So, I'll say you guys finish shopping at around similar times. Is there anything else you guys would like to do on this afternoon?
Could I say I went and bought a couple more spears? Just met up with them at the shop that they were at, and then got spears.
I'll say you could have bought some spears.
Okay, so I'll buy 3 of them. So that's 3 ceramic.
Are you? Yeah. You're buying. Okay, so you're buying like obsidian and stuff.
Yeah, just standard spears. Nothing special.
Yeah, these are a little beat up, but they're 9 bits each.
9 bits each?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 3 and 7. Got it.
Good.
Cool.
Okay.
And then chain shirt +1, and what kind of shield was it?
It's just a normal shield, but it's
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Did you buy 3 spears?
Yeah, I bought 3 spears.
Wouldn't that be 2 and 7?
Yes.
You said 3 and 7.
Oh,
I don't do math
right.
at
You're
all.
okay. I do 9s on
It's
my
okay.
fingers.
It's okay.
The only
Listen,
reason I was able to.
don't worry about it. She accepts 3 and 7. It's fine. But no, it's a chitin shield.
Whichever one, it worked.
Chitin shield, got it. Is that in here at all, or is this just armor?
It's
Or
basically
weapons,
gonna
sorry.
be, because it's chitin. It's gonna be the same as normal armor.
Okay. So just standard shield and then chain shirt +1.
Yes.
Cool. All right, I got that added in.
All right. So you guys have bought some super cool items.
Fuck yeah, restocked.
I gotta put that on my sheet
Stocked
before
up.
I forget.
I like
Got
that.
a
So many-
tent.
So many possessions now.
My favorite part is that you bought one item, Milo. Like that's not gonna break.
And he was real pumped about it.
Yeah.
He's still got my short sword. He'll be fine.
Oh, you got a metal item?
No,
No,
it is.
Oh.
It's gonna break.
it's made out of jawbone, and so like, because it's meant to be made out of bone. It's not like trying to take bone and make it into something.
Mhm.
It's just like someone's jawbone that's been sharpened.
I mean, it's metal, but in a different way.
It's fucking metal.
Exactly. All right. So I think that was a fun little shopping excursion that you all went on.
Hell yeah.
Would you guys like to do anything? I will say that while you guys are shopping around, this is probably a couple of days into y'all's vacay.
Yep.
You guys, the town is sort of a buzz. People are talking and whispering because a group of elves have shown up. There are
Shit. 3
of them, led by a guy who's kind of a larger guy wearing very, very old chitinous armor with a dagger sort of strapped to his chest, and each of them having a blade at their side. And rumor has it that you guys probably have seen them around or something, and they're talking to the trade houses in some capacity. And some of them are making a big show to be like, we do not do business with elves, so we're sorry, sir. They make a point to like not let them in and things of this nature. But you've heard it whispered that some of them are probably doing something on the sly, or else the elves wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So that sort of thing. They're dark-skinned elves with this blonde hair.
Fucking drow. No.
No, not that dark. They're like copper-colored, not onyx.
Shit.
They're sort of a deep sort of reddish brown, not like squid.
Obsidian.
Not squid ink black, or whatever. So that's kind of rumored to be happening while you guys are out in a boat.
Sick. Milo does nothing with this information.
That's fine. I am accustomed to providing information and nothing happening.
That's right.
I also know.
An intriguing thing is occurring.
I also know that in my heart, all I really have to do is make one of each type of shop, because I know you will visit that many, and then.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, like the rest can just be like like props, right?
Yeah.
They're just like
the
cutouts.
shopkeepers at cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
they're all just
like
cutouts, so we'll just go to one. We just keep going there forever. Because yeah, like now that we've seen Karina, we're never going back to anyone else. It's a good impression, Dennis.
Anyway.
It's solid. It's solid.
So this happened at the other like shop that we were supposed to go to that's like competing with Karina's?
What, the elves?
Yeah.
I mean, no, I would say you saw them like walking around on the street, right? They didn't go to
Okay.
a specific shop.
Okay, got it.
They're
thought
visiting
that
they're
was
visiting
something.
trade houses, which is the place where you guys kind of took jobs and didn't do any of them.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, does anything about darker skinned elves like that ring a bell with me at all, or?
I'll let you roll a history check. Being that you know elf. Yeah. So everyone go ahead and take off their headset for a second. You know nothing. No. I will say you have heard of elves, and they're dressed generally in the other ones besides the leader, who's sort of an older guy with his hair. There's some like gray streaks in it and stuff. And you've heard of these fine folks. They are of the Wind Dancer tribe. And your understanding is that they are generally not. I mean, they probably raid on occasion, as you imagine most elves do. But your understanding is they are more known for being like herders of Kank.
Oh.
That's all you know. But they don't ride the Kang, right? That's
Well, yeah, no, they elves don't ride anything.
right. Except for Dick. No. But
Really?
I'm not gonna apologize. And so that's it.
Okay.
That's all you know.
Long time no listen.
Yep,
Mhm.
that's right.
Been a while.
All right. Well, I guess Strauss is thinking about stuff. She's shopping. Hey! There you
I like
go.
the
Sorry.
not bad look. Just
All right.
I heard like screaming noises coming from my headphones. I was putting my weapons in. Sorry.
you literally look like, yep, I got it right in time, just like everyone
Yeah.
else.
Aw.
You're like, all right, it's time to make it on stage. All
Yeah.
right. The people
My
want a
debut.
performance. All right. And you sling the guitar over your shoulder. Okay. So, would anyone like to do anything else? I know you guys need training at some point in your lives, or you'll never level up.
Around what time do we finish up at the shops?
I'll say you guys. This takes a while, so I'll say it goes to around 2 o'clock or so. You know, to the afternoon.
Is that enough time to go to the arenas?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
There's always time to go to the arena. Yeah.
Fucking do
So
it.
while we're on our way to like start heading out, Tassik's gonna like jump up and like yank on Milo's arm and be like, "We're going over to the arena."
Yes.
And he excitedly starts running off. He's obviously had a good day.
Milo just melancholily follows.
Yeah. But you walk because you have much longer legs than him, so it's not.
Yeah. He's like, just boom, boom, boom.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, that sounds grand. And so I'm going to assume that you guys set up a time with these people to go, and you're not just like, "Hey, it's training. I
Yeah.
want to train now."
Yeah, we told them, hey, can we meet you here at like around, I don't know, 2 in the afternoon?
Yeah.
You have some
Yeah.
stuff to take care of in the morning.
Well, that's probably like an hour that passes where you guys like go to the bar or something, or whatever.
Yeah, we do a bunch of shots before we do some kamikazes.
Exactly. As you always should.
Yep.
So you guys make it to the pits there, and you can see that there's a lot of people sort of practicing. On this particular day, it's not a fighting day. They wouldn't have you training on a day that they were holding an actual event, right? So on this particular day, there's some people training here and there on the dusty sands, and you guys inform them that you're here to meet.
Porgo.
Very good.
I don't even have my notes.
You're a rock star, all right?
Yeah.
You're too good. But yeah, you're gonna go off to meet y'all's good friend Porgo. Who I've changed his accent so that he's somewhat differentiable. But
He sounds like Karina now.
yeah, exactly. Hey y'all.
Hey,
Now I
y'all.
understand y'all looking for a little bit of training.
It's every NPC is
Every
that.
NPC from now on.
And then we got the same voice actor for
Preferably, it's the Wild Wild West.
yeah, every character in the game is the same guy.
Every one
It's
of
just
them.
Nolan North.
That's right.
Doing a Southern woman.
But no, that is not the case. But you see your trainer, and he's sort of leaning up against the wall, and there's a burly man sort of standing next to him, shirtless with just like a loincloth on, and there's a pair of daggers sort of at his sides. That of which, like, you can see that they're like resting on the ground, right? They're not actually at his sides, and they're like these clay things that are kind of at his feet, and the two of them seem to be having a conversation. As a remembrance, Porgo is a mull, very, very dark-skinned, bald, with this large tattooing across his chest, that of which has like been blotted out in this sort of messy way, to where it just is like this splash of ink across his chest. He's got a whip that's curved around his waist, and he is missing his right arm. So yeah.
I don't remember that detail. Damn.
But he is, in case I didn't mention it, he is missing his right arm. I'm so good at this that now I touch my left arm because I know it's mirrored.
Whoa.
10 out of 10. Proud of you.
Damn.
So anyway,
Person.
but you guys approach, and there's a sort of snap and a calling you guys over.
Doctore, we're ready to train.
He looks at the two of you. Both of you ready?
Yes.
Like something fucking clean. All right, and let's get started, shall we? And he leans back, and he turns around, and you can see behind him there's this like cluster of like the similarly clay weapons behind him, and he tosses each of you a short sword. It's this dulled clay short sword. Right, show me what you got.
Tasik looks down at the short sword, and then he looks like over at his back at the spears, and then back at the short sword. He's like, he points at them, and he's like, we have our own stuff.
This. I kind of like lean it. It's a practice weapons, so they don't kill.
He blinks a couple seconds, then he's kind of like, that makes sense. So,
Right, well, I'm glad
so-
you approve. Now, today, please.
Doctor is Tasik to be my opponent.
Yes.
Very good. I rage and I attack him.
I run with his legs.
No, go ahead and make an attack roll with your modifier.
Oh shit. Wait, what? Shit. I don't have stats for a shitty clay sword.
It's fine. Just attack with your modifier.
Okay.
You're not gonna do damage to him, really. You're not. He's not gonna have you guys beat you unconscious until one of you's unconscious.
Alright.
That would make it much harder to train the other one if he was
Are
unconscious.
these
This-
considered finesse weapons?
Hmm?
Are these finesse weapons?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Put my dex mod on the suit.
Yeah, there we go. Did I do it?
All right. Roll me a D3, please.
D23.
All right.
Doctoria, I need another weapon.
You know, it's funny because the second Milo said I rage and attack him, I thought to myself, he's gonna break his fucking weapon.
Bless.
Shing!
His rage ends in disappointment and
I raise
embarrassment.
my hand. Doctoria.
Tasik, do you attack as well?
I kick him in the shin.
He looks at you, Tasik, and he says,
He looks over at him, and he realizes that he wants him to actually hit him with the sword, and so he goes to strike him in the ribs as he raises up the broken weapon.
"Yeah." Does that hit you?
Oh, yeah, anything hits me, yeah, for sure.
Everything hits me.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
I am easily struck. Yeah. So you get a
Roll for damage.
As it clobbers into him.
I was hoping for the Star Trek deathmatch music. This'll do.
No. The man next to Porgo kind of snorts a bit, and Porgo kind of looks at the two of you. Right, that's enough.
So,
He walks over and picks up the broken sword. He reaches out to put the handle in his hand.
Doctoria.
He takes it and he tosses it kind of aside. Right, well that was fucking awful. Alright. Tell me, what are you two fucking warriors looking to learn?
I saw many fights in the arena.
Yeah,
I
I
look
bet
to-
you watch a lot.
Tastic suppresses a laugh.
I look to hone and refine my talents and to harness.
Oh, you sure you got
Hey.
talents, boy?
Yes, Doctori.
Alright, then. You. Somehow you managed to be even smaller than this one.
He looks over at Milo and is like, he's kind of like looking for guidance. He doesn't know what to do in this situation. Then he, after a second, looks back at Porgo and he says, "I've never done this before."
No, yeah,
And I
I
wanna
fucking
learn.
figured that one out.
He nods. He's like, "Good. I'm glad you understand. So I'm trying to learn."
Anything in particular, or just refining your fucking talents?
How not to let me die and how to have other people die.
He slowly looks at the large mole standing next to him, and he says, "Right, I think they fucking underpaid me for this shit." And he says, yeah, exactly. There's no crying in Gladiators.
Yeah.
Right. Well, drop the fucking weapons.
Tastic drops his weapon.
Yeah.
I'm his away now. Alright. And he brings you over to this area where you can see there are various fighters training in various capacities on dummies and stuff, stuffed with like straw or something along those lines, while they wail on this sort of thatch thing. Finally, he brings you over to this area where you see there's this chain of made of like clay, sort of snaking out of the ground, and he walks over and he picks up with his one hand. It's very heavy. And he takes it and he takes it and he tosses it towards you, Milo. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
I'm gonna guess my rage is ended.
Yes, your rage is.
I'm just still really angry during this whole walk. Oh, god damn it. Blister on my foot. Ugh.
Yeah, and you don't catch it, right? You put it in your arms, but it is surprisingly heavy for a bone, which bone is fundamentally hollow, right? And it falls onto the ground, kicking up dust from the arena because it's not even sand here. It's this sort of fine dust that of which sticks to your feet and stuff. He says, right, you know what the fuck that is?
Yes, Doctor.
Now would be a great time for you to prove that by telling me.
It is the chain, Doctor.
He threw a bone at you.
The bone, Doctor.
He rubs his temples. You got a better fucking answer?
It's no.
Why does that not fucking surprise me?
We are not making a great first impression.
No. Well, that is a femur of a mechalop, right? And then you know what one of those are? It's a
Yes,
big
Dr.
fucking
Ray.
lizard, alright? And he says, now listen. And he gestures towards the chain. On the end of this chain is a fucking mechalop bone. Alright? Same as the one I just tossed in front of you. Understand? Great.
Yes.
I want you to grab the chain and fucking pull until that bone pops up.
Tastic runs towards the chain and starts trying to pull it up.
Yeah, the chain itself is heavy. Like, it alone is heavy. And so you start to pull.
Yeah. What he does is he, like, grabs it and turns around and hefts it over his back and starts walking away from the pit with it.
Absolutely. Milo?
Milo kind of goes over a little more slowly and spits on his hand and kind of puts it in the dust and kind of rubs it together, and then bends down and picks up the chain and just hoists up. But he's grabbing like the other end, like the end ahead of where Tasik is.
Mm-hmm.
As he picks it up, Tasik gets lifted off the ground.
Just that's what I'm going for. Yeah, that's what I'm going for. Just
No, but you move back to where it starts to slink down into the actual ground, so you can pull it as well.
Yeah.
Both of you go ahead and roll me some athletics checks. Right. Tasik, you start to pull as hard as you can. Your feet digging into the dust, pushing back against you. Milo, it's a similar thing. Your shoulders bothering you. But
still sore from all the shoveling.
yeah, shuffling and being unconscious and all these sorts of things. Tugging. He walks around to where he's in front of you, Milo. Right, come on, what are you fucking waiting for? I said fucking pull!
Yes, Doctor.
Right? He continues to sort of... He looks at you for a while, sort of watching you pull, and he sort of uncoils the whip, unfurls it, and it sort of drags along the ground as he walks over towards you. Sort of walking along, back and forth along towards each of you. Now tell me, right, why the fuck do free men like you come to me looking to fight?
To train with the best, Doctor.
There's a loud crack as the whip lashes against your calf, right? You feel that it wasn't the full brunt, but it stings like a motherfucker, right? You probably, Tasik, you probably see Milo buckle for a moment before continuing to pull on the chain. Tasik, what do you say?
To keep my freedom.
Well, that's a fucking better answer. Well, I tell you right now, ain't no such thing as a fucking free man. We're all a slave to something here. Some of us is just slaves to ceramics. Now tell me, what the fuck are you two slaves to?
Tasik says through strained breaths, he says, "You said there's no free men, but I'm a free halfling."
There's a whip that cracks along your shoulder. It burns as it stings.
Was it the one that I have the chain on, or the other one?
The other one.
Okay.
And you feel the sting across you. Again, it's not full force, but you definitely felt its burn. Right. Well, you got a stupid answer too, Mo?
I'm a slave to my anger. I'm gonna rage again.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll me athletics.
I gotta do the thing.
You do.
Are we both rolling?
Nope.
Okay.
He's just a cool barbarian. Yeah.
It's like impotent rage.
You go to pull and your foot just digs into the ground, just pushing back this like mound of dirt. You're almost digging yourself into a hole as you push yourself, right?
I'm really good at digging.
Right.
We've established
it's
this.
your specialty.
It's canon.
It's
Absolutely.
gonna come up great when you become a bricklayer later on.
But similarly, a whip cracks across your back as well. The sting sort of biting into your back. A familiar one, though not as harsh probably as what you're accustomed to. For a second there I looked up and I was like, he's gone. But no, he's still here. Right. Well, if you're done giving me stupid fucking answers, how about you give me a real fucking one? What are you here for, you fucking mangy dogs? What is your master, Mull? Half man?
To live, to survive.
He slowly turns and looks at you, Tasik.
I'll take that answer. He says restrained breaths.
Well, it's a fucking start. And he walks over and he kicks the chain and it snaps. And it pulls off and it breaks from wherever it was and you both fall onto the ground. Alright. Survivors. Welcome to my fucking arena. Today's day one. And that's your little vignette.
Sick.
Yeah, you guys get a hearty training as you undergo some shenaniganry in the arena. And